Hello Game Boys and Game Girls, I'm the Game Boy Guru, and welcome to another pickups video. I had an opportunity to do a little bit of impromptu game hunting today. My plans for today got canceled, so I took advantage of that opportunity to go get some games, and I also stopped by one of my favorite spots last night on my way to my uh, plans that were canceled. And ended up picking up a few things there as well. So let me show you what I got. So first of all, I got the Platinum Hits version of Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion for the Xbox 360. So now I've got Oblivion and Skyrim on at least one platform. I also got Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones on the original Xbox, and I believe that is my third Prince of Persia game for that platform. Starting to get quite a collection of those. I don't have them all yet, but I'm getting close to having at least one of every different episode. I picked up Dungeon Siege 3. Don't really know much about it, but it looks kind of cool. You know, hack and slash type of maybe action game. So always good. I have Lego Batman the video game. I've got another version of this for the PS3 that I bought at a chain called Alco maybe a year before they closed down and actually went out of business. And it's pretty cool. It's actually got it's like a dual pack that's got the Lego Batman game, and it also has a Blu-ray of the original 1989, I think, Michael Keaton Batman film. And so that's a really cool piece. But this is the standard version that I didn't have yet. I picked up a copy of Dragon Age Origins. All PS3 here for a little bit. Twisted Metal Limited Edition says it comes with a downloadable Twisted Metal Black. I'm assuming that has already been claimed, but cool to have nonetheless. Never been huge into Twisted Metal, but I remember playing in college. The kind of head student on our floor had a PlayStation, and I remember playing Mortal Kombat Trilogy and Twisted Metal and really digging that. I also got a pair of Assassin's Creed collections here. The Ezio Trilogy, which has Assassin's Creed 2, Revelations, and Brotherhood. And then the Americas collection, which has Assassin's Creed Liberation HD. I think Liberation may have been a PSP game, I want to say. I don't remember for sure. And then 3 and 4. I've got 3 on the Wii U. I don't have 4 on the Wii U yet, but cool to have those. And really nice that they do these collections that have multiple games, you know, in a single package like that. Always love getting those. And then I got Crysis 2 limited edition. Says it has additional stuff. Bonus XP, unique platinum dog tag, which I don't know if that's a physical dog tag that wasn't in here, or if that's something that's in the game. Something about weapon attachment and scar weapon skin. So probably just some DLC that they added to this reprint of the game. I picked up a few PSP games. So I got Go Sudoku. I got Justice League Heroes, which I was glad to grab. I got Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. I also picked up Star Wars Battlefront 2. Greatest Hits version of Need for Speed Carbon Own the City. And Greatest Hits version of Medal of Honor Heroes. So I believe now I've got all 3 versions of this, I want to say. The standard, the greatest hits, and then the favorites with sort of the little yellow band across the top. I'll have to double check, but I think that's it. And then we'll top it off with some Game Boy games. And the cool thing about this is, if I'm not mistaken, based on the number I've got here, this will put me over 300. So at my current count, there are 506 unique, non-variant Game Boy games licensed in the United States that were released. So I believe this will put me at or just over 300. So we have Kirby Star Stacker, which I was not familiar with. We got the Casino Fun Pack. I don't really know much about that. We got Spot, the Cool Adventure. Really dig the Cool Spot video game that came out on the Sega Genesis and Super NES. I've got the Sega Genesis version, rented that as a kid, and enjoyed that, and picked it up a few years later as an adult. And I've got the other Spot video game on Game Boy, but I haven't seen this one in the wild, so I picked that up immediately because I knew, being the only time I've seen it, that I probably ought not pass it by. Finally got Mortal Kombat 2. I've got 1 and 3. And Jurassic Park 2, or Jurassic Park Part 2, The Chaos Continues. Slightly clumsy, but it's by Ocean, and this cart has been well loved. It's the label's kind of in rough shape. I hadn't heard of this one. This is called Metal Masters, and the guy at the counter hadn't heard of it either, and he said, I wonder what that's like. And I said, well, just based on the label, if you go based on the label alone, it's probably some crappy fighting game with robots. So we'll see when I actually plug it in. I got another abused cartridge, WCW The Main Event, with wrestler Sting there on the front. I think that's Sting. I was never big into wrestling, but this cart has been abused. You can see the black ink pen all over the top portion there, and some writing on the back and whatnot. And I also got The Legend of the River King, and of course this is from Natsume, kind of peripherally related to the Harvest Moon games, but it's all fishing. And this one is Super Game Boy compatible, so that may be interesting. I've seen this in the wild before. There's another game store I go to occasionally that's had a copy for twice this, and the label was written on, so I definitely decided to pick up that one. And finally, I don't know if it's any good or not, but nostalgia dictated that I had to at least check it out, and that is Commander Keen for the Game Boy Color. I grew up playing the original Commander Keen Invasion of the Vorticons on PC, and then later the Keen Dreams. There were like 5 different Commander Keen games that came out on the PC. And anyway, when I saw this, I pretty much had to grab it because I was a big fan of the Commander Keen series when I was a kid, and this looks fun, at least, the label and everything. So we'll see if it's actually a decent game or not. Part of me thinks it probably won't be, but I'm going to be hopeful and say that it'll be at least marginally fun. So that's all I have today. Like I said, I went out today and didn't expect to go hunting, but found a few cool things. So awesome to have that. Let me know what you guys have picked up recently, what fun stuff you've grabbed, or if any of these games that I've presented to you are ones that you definitely recommend I check out sooner rather than later. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for playing, and game on.